Have you ever wondered what it's really like growing up in a family with nearly 20 kids under one roof? For most of us, sibling relationships form through shared bedrooms, school years, and everyday moments. But in a household as large as the Duggars, those bonds didn't always develop the way outsiders might expect. Recently, Jinger Duggar and her younger sister Joanna opened up about a surprising reality from their childhood. Despite living in the same house and appearing side by side on television for years, the two sisters admitted they simply were not close when they were younger. Their honest conversation has given fans a rare look behind the polished image of the famous family, revealing how age gaps, different personalities, and the sheer size of their household shaped the way they related to each other. Stick around as we unpack exactly what Jinger and Joy shared, why their relationship looked so different back then, and how things have changed now that they are both adults and mothers. The Duggar family first captured national attention through the TLC series 19 Kids and Counting. Jim, Bob and Michelle Duggar raised 19 children in Arkansas, following a strict conservative Christian lifestyle influenced by the Institute in Basic Life Principles. Viewers watched the siblings grow up on camera, from family trips and courtships to marriages and new generations of babies. Jinger, born in December 1993, is the sixth child. Joanna, born in October 1997, is the ninth. The 4-year difference between them might not seem huge by everyday standards, but in a home filled with so many children of varying ages, those years created natural divisions. The family often functioned in groups: the older kids, the middle kids, and the younger ones. Jinger spent much of her childhood among the older, set alongside sisters like Jana, Jill, and Jessa. Joy, meanwhile, found herself more in the mix with the younger siblings, often surrounded by brothers. 4 years the sisters lived under the same roof, shared family routines, and appeared together on television, yet their personal connection remained limited. That changed as they grew older, married, and entered the same season of life as mothers. Their recent conversation on the Jinger and Jeremy podcast finally put words to what many fans had only sensed from the outside. In a July 2026 episode of the podcast, Joanna sat down with Jinger and Jeremy for an open discussion about their upbringing. When the topic turned to their relationship as children, Joy was straightforward. She said they were close in proximity, but the bond was not really there. Jinger agreed and offered her perspective. She explained that the age gap felt segregated by sections. The family was divided into older kids, middle kids, and younger kids. For many years Jinger belonged to the older group of the 6 oldest. When the family attended political events or other outings, she was treated as part of that older half. Joy, by contrast, felt like one of the little kids, sandwiched between a lot of boys. Jinger noted that their different personalities played a role too. Looking back, she remembered Joy as much younger, even though the gap no longer feels so wide. Joy added her own take. She described herself as determined not to be a girly girl. She preferred boys' t-shirts and resisted dressing up. Anytime the family needed to go somewhere, it became a constant battle to get her out of the same worn shirt she had been wearing for days and into something nicer. She simply could not understand why the older sisters enjoyed shopping so much. Their interests pulled them in opposite directions. Jinger leaned toward more traditionally feminine activities while Joy preferred outdoor play and a tomboy style. In a household already divided by age groups, those differences made it even harder for a close sisterly friendship to form. The conversation was free of blame or bitterness. Both women spoke with the clarity that comes from looking back as adults. They recognized that the structure of their large family, the practical way the kids were grouped, and their natural differences all contributed to the distance. What stands out is how ordinary the explanation feels once it is spoken aloud. In a family of that size, not every pair of siblings develops the same intensity of connection. The sisters also reflected on how the relationship has shifted in recent years. Both are now married mothers of 3. Jinger and Jeremy live in California while Joy and Austin remain closer to the family base in Arkansas, yet the physical distance has not stopped them from growing closer. They have said that walking through the same season of life, facing similar trials of parenthood, and sharing the unique experience of growing up in the same family has created a sweetness that was missing when they were kids. The age gap that once felt so significant has closed. Visits, phone calls, and shared understanding as mothers have allowed a real bond to form. Fans who followed the show for years may remember moments when the sisters appeared together, but the podcast conversation confirms that the on-camera closeness did not always match the private reality. Their willingness to speak about it now offers a more complete picture of life inside one of television's most watched families. Public response to the sisters' comments has been largely thoughtful. Many longtime viewers said the explanation made perfect sense. In a house with 19 children, age-based groupings were almost inevitable, and different personalities would naturally create different friend groups within the family. Some fans expressed appreciation for the honesty, noting that reality television often presents a seamless family image while the real dynamics are more complicated. Others pointed out that it is common for siblings with several years between them to become closer only in adulthood once life stages align. A portion of the conversation online focused on the contrast between the sisters' childhood distance and their current warmth. Viewers who have watched both women navigate marriage, motherhood, and life outside the strict environment they grew up in saw the story as a positive example of relationships that can deepen over time. Media coverage has treated the remarks as a quiet but meaningful update rather than a dramatic revelation. Outlets have highlighted the sisters' measured tone and the absence of any accusation toward their parents or each other. The discussion has stayed focused on the practical realities of a very large family rather than turning into speculation or controversy. Overall, the reaction reflects a recognition that even in the most public of households, sibling relationships follow their own timeline. Looking ahead, there are no major announcements tied directly to this particular conversation. Jinger and Jeremy continue releasing podcast episodes that occasionally feature family members, and Joy has appeared more than once. Both sisters maintain active personal lives centered on their husbands and children. Fans can expect that the growing closeness the women described will likely continue as they share more of the same life experiences. Occasional family gatherings and social media posts remain the main windows into their relationships for the public. Any further reflections the sisters choose to share will come on their own terms through the platforms they already use. Jinger and Joyanna's recent conversation offers a clear and grounded look at how their childhood relationship was shaped by age, personality, and the unique structure of a 19-child household. What began as proximity without a deep bond has developed into a closer adult friendship rooted in shared experiences as mothers. Their willingness to speak openly adds another layer of understanding to a family that has spent years in the public eye. The story is less about drama and more about the ordinary ways large families work and how relationships can change for the better with time. What are your thoughts on this latest Duggar family update? Share your opinion in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another Duggar family update.